Welcome to our first masterclass of this course. In this class, we'll have a chance to go over the history of the digital case format and go over what our plans are for the next few weeks of the course.
We will also have a chance to show you some digital cases created by professionals and student filmmakers. Then, we'll show you options that you'll have available to go out and create your own films.
Let's get to it. This is a class about visual storytelling, but it's also a class about digital case studies. The digital case study format is something that we at Columbia University have been working on for the last 7 years. We're thrilled to now have a chance to work on it with our new partners at the Open Society University Network. The digital case format is rooted in the documentary film tradition of classic BBC and PBS documentaries. It looks to apply those skills and techniques to academic issues and also the concerns of social movements and NGOs around the world. People often ask, why video? What does video add to a written case or report? We'd say quite a lot. People say that a photo tells 1,000 words. Well, a video does a lot more. It transports you. It takes you to other locations. It shows you issues. And we think especially for connecting people across geographies and culture, video is a very powerful tool. We at Columbia have a series of global centers not unlike the Open Society University network of centers. We have offices in places like Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, and Mumbai, India. And we had a real need to connect geographies, and case studies were a part of that work. We found that solutions developed in a city such as Mumbai, India, often could maybe help people in some place like Sao Paulo, Brazil, or Istanbul, Turkey. And using video was a fantastic way to share solutions across geographies, and we think it will also be very useful to the Open Society University Network. The phase 1 of our digital case project ran from 2013 to 2016 and involved creating digital cases using professional PBS crews. These cases were very well received and are used to this day by public policy schools and NGO groups around the world. And they also all have professionally written cases. We want to show you a website that will share with you some of this first generation of digital case studies that we produced. So this is the Public Policy Case Collection. It features professionally produced cases originally created for use at Columbia University, which we now share with public policy schools and NGOs around the world. As you visit the site, you can see information about how to use and download these cases on different learning management systems. And also it has a collection of cases organized by category. So I want to share one of them here. Generally, you need a password to this website to see these, but let's go look at this right now. So this case is called Digital India, and it was a written case and video case focusing on India's massive biometric database system. It's a very controversial and interesting program. Like all of our cases, it includes a main digital case, which is generally an 8 to 12 minute documentary, which sits up here, as well as additional interview selections, which are down here. Often you interview very important people and you can only use part of their interview in the main case. So this is an interesting place to put those additional interviews. It also has a written case study, which can be accessed here, and which I'll open now in another window, as well as original documents. So let's look at a few minutes of this digital case, Digital India.
The problem has not been about not having money to spend, but it's about the money not going to the place where it needs to be spent.
In an effort to counter fraud and corruption, India embraces a plan to digitally register all its 1.2 billion citizens.
Getting onboarded 1.2 billion population with complexities of retina scan, fingerprint scan in all the possible remote corners of India, it's a humongous challenge.
For a new government in Delhi, the plan will allow India to jumpstart its economy and bring millions of rural Indians into the economic mainstream.
People are trying to draw in the masses into benefiting from the IT sector.
But what is the true price of digital inclusion?
Country after country has tried to get one of these systems up and running, and In almost every case, they have eventually given up because of the difficulty of protecting the data and giving citizens confidence that they can trust the system.
This grain store in Bangalore is one of more than 300 programs aimed at transferring wealth to poor Indians in the form of subsidies or direct transfers.
As you can see, this digital case study looks and sounds very much like a typical BBC or PBS documentary. And it was shot and designed to work that way, but with the difference that it would be focusing on an important public policy issue. In this particular case, the question was India's biometric database program that sought to bring the more than 2 billion Indians into one standard biometric database of IDs. There were a lot of exciting things about this program and a lot of controversial issues having to do with privacy, and this digital case explores those in detail. So from this look at a professionally shot digital case, we want to pivot to some student-produced cases, which are also fantastic and are the focus of this course.
The next stage of the digital case project was based around a question, which was, can students go out and create these digital cases on their own? We found that students were already working on very exciting projects, going out into the field, talking to experts, talking to locals. And the idea was, could we take inexpensive technology such as smartphones and DSLRs and put those in the hands of students to help them share their stories? At Columbia University, this came to life, and we're going to show you a website which celebrates the work of 6 student teams that recently were able to use these tools to tell more about their work. We're hoping that you'll be able to do that at your institution. So we wanted to show you a little bit about our initiative working with student filmmakers. This is the website for the SIPA Oscars, which was a special event held in 2019 at Columbia for a group of 6 student filmmaker teams who made their own digital case studies on location the year before. It was a fun event, and while the trophies were not made of real gold, it was a great chance for the students to show the power of their visual storytelling work. So we definitely encourage you to visit the website and check out these videos for yourself. Down here, you could see the different films in their entirety created by the students. A lot of these digital case studies were also used by the NGOs involved. For example, the one in Nepal was used by Mercy Corps, and Off-Grid Solar was used in conjunction with the United Nations. We wanted to show you one of these films, the Internet in a Box film, filmed in Peru, and play a bit of this for you. So this digital case was a first for us. It was the first time making a digital case that was entirely narrated and filmed by students. And it was all filmed by non-filmmakers using their smartphones and DSLR cameras. So as you can see, beautiful drone footage of the Amazon mixed with iPhone footage filmed by the students on their trip, intercut with interviews, is what allows you to show the whole story. It was a fantastic opportunity to really show what the research was like and what these very remote rural schools are like in Peru. This film had a big impact both in Peru and in other places. It was shown at the Wikimedia annual conference. There's real power in showing a story like this. Actually seeing what is happening on the ground rather than just reading about it in a written report is quite dynamic. So we hope you found this useful, and we encourage you to watch the other videos that are on this website as you go about preparing for your own project.
Well, we hope you found these examples of student-produced documentaries and digital cases inspiring. This class is all about helping you create your own digital cases and films. Let's think about how we can do it together. There's a couple possibilities. This is an open-ended class designed to help students doing a wide variety of projects and work. Some of you may be making individual class projects. Others might be making advocacy videos, perhaps combining work filmed in various locations. That can often be a very powerful way to work on an issue. Others of you might be producing traditional digital case studies that we could include in the collection and share with others and be used in classes across the world in the future. The class structure is designed to provide over the course of 3 weeks a crash course in documentary filmmaking and then support you over the course of the semester as you do your projects. In week 1, we'll introduce the concepts of visual storytelling and the use of stabilizers. In week 2, we'll introduce the concepts of field production techniques and how to do interviews. In week 3, we'll look at post-production techniques and writing up written cases. We'll follow this up with individual and group sessions on project consultations, i.e. helping you as consultants work through your projects so that you can get the best results possible. We'll end the class with a festival of student work, which will be a fantastic chance to share what we've done across the network. In our next class, we'll get into the details of how to do visual storytelling itself.